It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This one completes Alec Pierce. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
So a long field ahead for the Falcon offense as they head out. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back to throw again. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Peterson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Defense keeps him out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it, because what we've seen from the defense so far, every gap is taken care of. Everyone is sound in their coverage. No one is breaking free, and those ball carriers are getting tagged. If I were them, I'd think very hard about just taking 3 points and taking their dignity and moving on.
And the ball's at the 2, spotted at the 2, so a pretty good chunk to go. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. There's what Carter did in last week's effort. 15 carries, 81 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Carter. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A toss left side for Carter. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A handoff for Carter. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. And a throw for Pittman is intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The Falcons at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second and 1. This pass is caught by London. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Patrick Peterson, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. Here's a give to Carter. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Fair to say it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be Falcon football. Desmond Ridder and his offensive mates ready to take over again. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. Dio Dangbo there to make the play defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now Carter. And some room to work. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carter once more. Oh, nice move. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That's complete to Pierce. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. He'll look to throw. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Colts have got it back to within a score.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing again. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, caught by London. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, The alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throws right back to London, complete again. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Yeah, this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is out of bounds here. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And he will find his man on the outside. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll get this one complete there to Pittman. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be fielded inside the 5. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick. No break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. The third quarter starts with a run by Peterson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now back to throw. Finds his receiver, Watson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Back to the ground, Peterson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and run the option left side. Gets past one man, and they move this all the way down to the 9. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, this is great work by a quarterback here. He's doing anything he can to avoid taking a square hit. I admire the way he worked his way through the initial contact and then continued downfield for good yardage.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Peterson. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll drop to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll run. It's Carter. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Another tote for Carter. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And got his man complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They're going right back to Pittman. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jelani Woods, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now here on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now a give to Peterson running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. This late in the game, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now Carter to start the drive. It's a room to maneuver. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. On second down, a run with Carter. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And how about the situation that we're in right now, because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run again with Peterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try the middle with Peterson. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And they take a knee. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll give to Peterson out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Certainly some pressure here on Younghoe Koo. This to swell the lead to 6. And this one is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter.